and welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to start a new project, a Let's Play walkthrough of firered Pokemon version. So, beginning in Japan with the release in 1996 and an international release following in 1998, Pokemon would actually continue to go on and become a media juggernaut. Toys, cards, plushies, sequels. So, Nintendo had their cash cow. Now, the reason why this game is important is because originally, Pokemon was available on the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. Eventually, as you can see in around 2004, the Game Boy Advanced was released. Now, the downside to that is that suddenly, Pokemon that you had been training and playing with for years on your original Game Boy systems were no longer available. So no more Pokemon for red, blue, yellow, all that kind of stuff. Well, how do you then get all the Pokemon on your new games without going through some kind of weird walkarounds? I think there was something you could do with the Nintendo 64 at the time and transfer Pokemon that way, but, you know, how else could you do it? Well, Nintendo re-released the original Pokemon games when they made Fire Red, Leaf Green. So, now, this is the first Pokemon remake. It's not a remaster, even though it follows a lot of the same story beats, as there is new stuff added in, new Pokemon, new locations for some of the older Pokemon, all that kind of stuff. So, with all that said, let's begin the journey. Now, there's going to be a ton of, stuff going on. You can see I kind of was playing around a little bit, messing with levels, all that kind of fun stuff. So, we are going to start a new game, though. It opens up with a bunch of tutorials. You know, this button does that, this button does this. Here's a little, quest thing, like, hey, talk to people, check things. But here's the original opening. Hello there! Glad to meet you! Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling, which is what we'll be doing. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. But first, tell me a little about yourself. I don't remember if it was available in the other games offhand, but you can choose what sex you are in this game. You can be a boy or a girl. Girls, I believe this is Green from the original Pokemon manga series. So, this is not who I wanted to be, though. But, oh well. So you can be Green, or you can be, I can't cancel out. Oh no, I can't cancel out. Or you can be, Red. Ash kind of deal. Screw it. We've already chosen this, we're going for it. Alright. And since it would be weird to name a female Tom, oh, not GQ, we'll just name her Green in reference to the Pokemon manga. Alright, so your name is Green. Yes, sir. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. Long time, right? What was his name now? Now, usually people go along and they'll pick the stupid names, Butthead, all that kind of stuff. I'll just go with his manga adaptation, and we are going to name him Blue. If we wanted to go cartoon-wise, this would be Gary. Oh, his name was Blue. Yeah, Gramps. That's right, I remember now. His name is Blue. Green! Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. That's my line, Professor Oak. I'm the one that yells, let's go. In the original game, this was a Super Nintendo. We've been downgraded. We've got the NES now. We lost money. Bad trades. Alright, so a couple things to go over real quick. I want to talk about some of the stuff that's in this game real quick. Until we get a Pokemon or Pokedex, these are all our options available to us. We can exit, we can change our options, and options you can change attack speed, which I hit the wrong button. I do want to change my text speed to fast. You can do slow, medium, fast. We'll leave this on. We'll leave that on. And frame, I usually like to go with a green frame, my favorite freaking color. So there you go, green frame. You can save the game. You can check out yourself here. This is our trainer card. You know, name, how much money we have, how long we've been playing, the badges. Flip it over, special stuff goes on there. Our bag. In our bag, we have an item pocket, we have a key item pocket, and we have a Pokeball pocket. You can only carry 30 items at a time in this game, which is why your computer has an item storage box. You go in it, and until I think Diamond and Pearl, the computers had this. And you would always find a potion in your item box. So there you go. Now we're gonna go down. Oh, that just tells you, hey, this is how you play the game with those are labeled. I'm not really gonna look at the trainer tips too much when I play. Right. All girls dream of traveling. It said so on TV. Oh yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you. Oh, okay. There's a movie on TV. A girl with her hair in pigtails is walking up a brick road. I better go too. So, that is, of course, a Wizard of Oz reference. If you use the male character when you look at it, there are 4 boys walking down a railroad, which I believe the movie is called The Outsiders. And that's a reference to that. So there you go. Movie references. Yay! This girl's just in front of the sign. She's going to tell you, hey, check out the sign. This guy, though, technology is incredible. You can now store and recall items and Pokemon as data via PC. He is in almost every Pokemon game. He is the technology or science is wonderful man. Now, Mom told us to go to Professor Oak's, but we're going to cut out the middleman because we're going to go in there and they're going to tell us that Oak is not here. So what do you do then? Well, we can talk to Gary's or Blue's sister, and she's not going to be very helpful either. She's going to tell us that Blue went to the lab. So the only other thing to do is leave the town. Hey, wait! Don't go out! It's unsafe! Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I don't. Here, come with me! Alright, so now we're going to follow Oak, and we're going to continue the story on. Yay! I like the music in this part. It's very peppy. Gramps! I'm fed up with waiting. Blue, let me think. Oh, that's right, I told you to come too. Haha, just wait, I'm forgetful. Hey, Green! There are 3 Pokemon here. Aha! The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go on and choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Aha! Be patient, Blue. You can have one too. I forgot your name for a minute at the beginning of the game. It was amazing. Alright, so this gives us the opening of what we can do here. So, you can choose from 3 Pokemon. You can choose from Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. And this is basically how I'm going to show you what Pokemon are available to us in what routes if they're new. So, say we go to a route and there's Rattatas and Pidgeys there. And we go to the next route and there's still Rattatas and Pidgeys available. I'll tell you that they're there, but I'm not going to picture them. So here, at the beginning of the game, we have a fire, a grass, and a water starter type. So that's our starter types, right? We're going to look at them here in a second here. We're going to go over and check them out. Alright, so technically... Oh, come on, Gabe. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Bulbasaur is your choice. It's very easy to raise. So, Green, you want to start with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur? No. So basically, this game does go, difficulty-wise, easy, medium, hard. Ah, Squirtle's your choice. It's one worth raising. So, Green, you've decided on the water Pokemon Squirtle? Not yet. And here we go. Here's Charmander. And it's the fire type. You're claiming Charmander? No, I'm not. Alright, so... I thought about taking Charmander. And I thought about taking Bulbasaur. I thought about taking Squirtle. As I said, easy. Bulbasaur will help you out in the first few gyms very well. Up until the 3rd gym for sure, Bulbasaur is going to be your stand-up guy. Squirtle works very well in the very first gym. We don't really have any good gym use out of our fire type until I think gym 5. Though I will end up taking Charmander. Now, Squirtle and its evolutions is my favorite Pokemon in this game. Blastoise is my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon overall is the Turtwig line with Torterra. I love me some turtles in here. Alright, so we're going to get another tutorial here. Walk away, walk away. Sneak, 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 sneak. Haha, got away! Wait, Green, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Now, Pokemon works in a rock, paper, scissors format. It's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors RPG. Fire burns grass, grass drains water, and water puts out fire. So, Blue took the Pokemon that we are weak to. So he has Squirtle. Professor Oak is going to give us a little bit of a refresher here if you haven't played Pokemon before or if it's been a long time. We can kind of ignore it because I have had many Pokemon battles. I can talk about it real quick. He's going to tell us, hey, you got to knock the bar down. Alright. And try battling. Okay, so we're going to go into stats and all that kind of stuff in a little bit. And I'm going to cover a little bit of what they do here in a sec. But we're going to go into here, fight, we can scratch, we can growl. Growl will top his attack, scratch will hurt him. We're just going to scratch the shit out of this turtle. And he's going to tell us, hey, you hurt him. Good job. Now, the reason why you want to grab that potion is you might end up needing it in this fight. You never know if you're going to get critted and all that kind of stuff. You might have a bad run. So generally you want to have that potion just in case, like that, critical hit, right? You want to have that potion just in case, you know, your rival gets lucky. I should be able to pull this off. And, oh, son of a bitch, I've lost. So, there you go. What happens when you lose? You can lose so you can lose the very first battle in your Pokemon game against the rival trainer. You want to win it though. I should have manned up and potioned up instead of trying to tough it through. You lose money and you lose a really good chunk of experience. You would have popped up one whole level doing this if you had won, or if I had won. Yeah, I'm great, or what? Or what, buddy? Or what? Huh, how disappointing. If you win, you can earn prize. So yeah. So Professor Oak talks down to you. Ah, how disappointing. I'll pay for you this time, you loser. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Green, Gramps, smell you later. Well, damn. Unexpected. It happens. Alright, so let's go over stat stuff real quick. So this is Charmander. Charmander is a fire type. Has a sassy nature, which actually, let me pull up that too real quick. So natures. What are natures? Natures will tell you what stats will grow and which ones will basically will grow fastest and grow slowest, right? So you have a nature chart here. This is my nature chart. And we're going to look for sassy. So we got sassy, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4th line down all the way to the right. Sassy. Speed will be decreased and special defense will go up, which is part of why Squirtle was faster than me. Now, special defense going up is actually good, and I'll talk about that when I look at the stats. So special defense being is good. You do not want this Pokemon, Charmander, to have a special attack lowering nature if you can help it. Charmander is a fire type. Fire type moves are considered a special attack in this game, regardless of whether it's a punch move or a fireball. It is considered a special attack. So let's go ahead and get rid of the nature chart. Boop! Alright, so going over, we have our stats here. HP is 20. That, of course, determines how many hits you can take and how much damage you can take before your Pokemon is knocked out. Attack is 11, and defense is 10. Those are your physical attack and physical defense stats. The higher the attack, the more a physical attack will do. The higher the defense, the less damage you'll take from a Pokemon hitting you with a physical type move. So basically those are modifiers to how much damage you deal and how much damage you take from physical classed attacks. Special attack and special defense are for special type moves. Again, how much damage are you dealing and how much damage can you soak up from these before you take damage. Speed Well, that's basically how fast are you going to move. Can you move out of the way of a attack quicker? Can you move faster than your opponent's Pokemon? All that kind of stuff. So that's what that determines. Experience points tells you how many points to go to the next level. Blaze is the ability. Each Pokemon does have an ability. Blaze means that I think when we're in red, if we have a fire type move, we're more likely to get like extra damage and all that kind of stuff. But we don't have any of that, so move last. Alright, so I want to talk about what are considered special and physical moves real quick before we get into this. Alright, so as I said, special and physical moves are different. They are based on the type of move rather than what the move is in this game. That did change later. So say you had Thunder Punch, it would be a punch that has electrical like characteristics, so you could do extra damage to somebody who's weak to electrical type moves, but it will be counted in the physical stat, so you're punching them. But in this game, it was determined on whether it was physical or whether it was special by the type it was. So if you were using a normal, fighting, rock, ground, steel, flying, ghost, bug, or poison type move, those are all considered physical moves in this game. Whereas your fire, grass, water, electric, ice, psychic, dragon, and dark all come under the special attack category. And so that's that. That's how those are determined. The reason why I said special defense being a modified by our sassy nature and increasing is good is because we're weak to water. Water is a special type move, so special defense going up higher is great. It means we'll take less damage from a move that is could be a game ender for us with no uncertain terms. But that's about it. Alright, so let's get out of this. Boop. Alright, so we could go talk to our mom. Our mom will basically say, hey, you need a nap, I'll let you nap, and that's one way to get health back. So the way I'm going to be playing this game, I am going to go over the Pokemon available in a round, but I'm going to probably cut out any battles we have. Unless they're important battles, all that kind of stuff. I'll show any level changes at the end of a route, so we can go over end stats for at the end of the route in case I decide to grind up a couple of levels. So in that vein, on Route 1, we have... Oh, where'd the music go? There it goes. We have Rattatas and Pidgeys. Both of them have a 50% chance of appearing on Route 1. So, basically, you're going to run into Pidgey or you're going to run into Rattata regardless. Rattata has some interesting moves as it goes on. He'll get Hyper Fang, Super Fang, all this kind of stuff. Those are kind of cool moves, but Rattata and Raticate, they're not really that great. Some people really love the Pidgey line. I'm one of those people. I will probably not be using Pidgey in my game for the most part. I might have it with me as an HM user, because, you have HMs in this game. It's different from the other games. But other than that, I'm probably not going to be using a Pidgey or a Rattata at all. They're going to be, caught and in my Pokedex, and there's a reason for that. But I'm not using them. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll erase them off the side there. Bye, guys! And we're going to get into Route 1. There is somebody up here we want to run into and talk to. And it's the guy that's just up here. He's going to give us a potion. Come here. Oh, wrong button. Come here. Hi, I work at the Pokemon Mart. It's a part of a convenient chain selling all sorts of items. Please visit us in Viridian City. I know, I'll give you a sample. Here you go. And we get a free potion. Yay. Alright. I love the music. This guy's going to tell you, hey, you can jump down these ledges. That's all he tells you. You want a thrilling secret? Jump down ledges. It's fast. And that's it. That's everything on the route. Nothing too major. But that takes us to our first non-starter town. This is Viridian City! I'm on my way to Viridian City. There was a music CD released for Pokemon, and that was one of the songs. I probably wrecked it, but hey, there you go. There was a song by Team Rocket. There was a song about getting to Viridian City. It was amazing. Alright, so we're going to explore the town real quick before we hit the buildings. We got a guy over here. We can't do anything with him. We can't even surf, fish. If you could, there's actually Pokemon you can catch in Viridian City. Once I get the ability to surf or fish, I'll be adding them to our list of Pokemon that are available per route. Right now, they're not available to us, so bye! This kid doesn't really give you any good information. There's a route over here. We're actually going to go over this way later, because there is a Pokemon that I want over on Route 22 there. But we're not going there yet. We're going to grab this Pokeball, though. And in that Pokeball is a potion. So we got the guy over here hiding behind the lake. He does have, like I said, he does have a TM for us. He has Dream Eater. Besides that potion, there's one other thing we can get, and it is something that is actually in the gym. Up in here. Right? Which, oh, not up here. Fence guy's in the way. Go around the fence. Right over here. In this gym, there is an item you can get, but you need the item finder for it, I believe. There's a Macho Brace hiding underneath where Giovanni was. This old man, I believe originally was drunk, but now he is just being grouchy and not letting us pass. Nothing too major in the houses. They're just going to say, hey, you know, you can nickname your Pokemon, you can do this, you can do that. Stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you later. If I want to, and it's important. Basically little like, hey, you know, you can save the game, you know, you can trade Pokemon, all that kind of stuff. So here is our Pokemon Center. Coming here, talking to Nurse Joy, you can heal your Pokemon, and it's free. Yay! So that's what these places are good for. And we leave. And we go up, and there is the Pokemart. That lets us buy items. So we can finally get some Oh, we can't. This person's going to talk to us here. You know, Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? Yay! Fetch quest! Everyone loves fetch quests! Especially in a game about... Oh, wait. You might be able to buy stuff if you go back in there. I've actually heard that it is a possibility. If so... Nope. Okay. I thought you could. I couldn't remember. It's been a long time since I played this game. Alright, so... While we're going back to Pallet Town, what I'm going to do here is... I'm actually going to cut it here, and I'll meet you guys back in Pallet Town. And here we are! We're back in Pallet Town. Got into one battle, fought a Rattata, didn't go up a level. But here we go. We gotta return Oak's gift to him, his little parcel. Hey, Oak! Oh, Green! How is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me? Ah, it's a custom Pokeball. I had it on order. Thank you. Gramps! I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Oh, right. I have a request for you, too. I am so damn forgetful. On the desk there is my invitation. My invention. Ah, Tom can't read, can he? Haha, Tom, I'm forgetful and you're dyslexic. The Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Green and blue. Take these with you. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon by just seeing them. You must catch them to obtain the complete data. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. Yay, we got 5 Pokeballs. Yay, we can finally catch a Pokemon. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work though. A healthy Pokemon can escape. You have to be lucky. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. But I'm too old now. I can't get the job done. I forget to put on my pants some mornings. So I want you to... Wow, Tom, you make fun of me all the time and then you can't read the next sentence. Karma! So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps. Leave it all to me. Green, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know! I'll borrow a towel mat from my sis! I'll tell her not to lend you one, though. Ha ha ha! Don't bother coming around to my place after this. Alright, so don't go to your sister's house. You're going to tell her not to give me a map. So the first thing I need to do is go to your house. Let's get a map. You keep telling me not to do it, I'm going to do it. I am that way. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Gee, that's lazy of him. Here, this will help you. Do-do-do-do-do-do! Got a town map. I won't really be using the town map, but if I was, it's in your bag. And it is in the key items pocket. As you can see now that we have Pokemon in the Pokedex, we have our last 2 slots filled out for this section here. Pokedex. There you go. You can go to numerical mode and check it all out. Pop, 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 pop. I don't know if you can change the mode. Don't believe so. But yeah, so then we can go to our Pokemon, look at our Pokemon. There you go. That's everything in there. Alright, off we go. Alright, so once again, off into the grass I go, and I will meet you guys back in Viridian City. I'm on my way to Viridian City. Alright, so here we are in Viridian City. In between Pewter and Viridian, this time I did spend a little time. I leveled up my Charmander, got him to level 8, and caught the 2 Pokemon available on Route 1. So Charmander, now we're going to look at his stats real quick. Well, now we got a 15 attack, 14 defense, 15 special attack, 16 special defense, 14 for speed, and 26 possible health. So, looking alright. He's becoming a cute little monster, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and heal up in the Pokemon Center. We're going to hit the Pokemart now that we can buy stuff again, and we'll look at what we can buy. Hey, Nursey! Let's go. Let's... Alright, there we are. We can actually show you something else real quick. If you go in here, now that we have Pokemon available to us, we can talk to Professor Oak and he'll tell us how our Pokedex is doing. We can access our PC still, store items, and we can go into somebody's PC. Whose PC, we don't know. But someone's PC will let us deposit Pokemon that we don't want to carry with us. So we can just go ahead and store it away. There you go. Alright, so if you want to take money, go to withdrawal and it pulls that up. There you are. Alright. Oh, wrong button. There we go. I'll have a lot of those moments, I think. So, those Pokemon are not Pokemon that I plan on using in my party, so they just get to stay there forever and a day. Alright, in order to leave Viridian, we have to talk to an old man. The one that was blocking the way. But before we do that, let's go in here and pick up a couple of things. We already have 2 potions, and we're going to get a couple in the forest. So I'm going to hold off on buying too many more potions. They're $300, we only have 3,000, and we got to kind of ration our money at the moment. So I do want some of these, though. I want like 4 antidotes, just in case. We're going to be going to Viridian Forest. There's a Pokemon there that can poison us. Let's not get poisoned, right? Let us grab... We can grab 13. I'm just going to grab 10 for now. Yes. And we'll get... Oh, I thought we would get a Premier Ball out of that. Oh well. I guess you gotta buy more than 10. You can get a Premier Ball for buying, I guess, more than 10 Pokeballs at a time. But there you are. So, that's everything we're going to take from there. Now, we're going to talk to the old man and get him out of our way. Right? Because he's already out of our way, but we can't really go past him. He's going to stop us. Well now, I've had my coffee, and that's what I need to get going. Is that a red box you have? Oh, so you're working on your Pokedex. Then let me give you a word of advice. Whenever you catch a Pokemon, the Pokedex automatically updates its data. You don't know how to catch a Pokemon. I do. I really do. No, I know. Why aren't you listening to me, old man? Why? Oh shit, you lost your beard. He's gonna catch this Weedle. Not for us, he's a punk. But he's going to catch the Weedle. We don't have to touch anything. It's just a tutorial. This will be one of your last major tutorials that you have to deal with in the game, thankfully. Yay! And that's how you catch Pokemon. Oh, there now. Tell me, was that educational? Was it not? And here, take this too. And we get an item that was introduced in this game and I don't believe ever came back. The Teachy TV. If there's something you don't need to understand, watch that. It'll teach you about the basics of being a Pokemon trainer. Alright, so we can actually go on now to Route 2, which is our next area. We're not doing that though. What I'm going to do when we come back, because I'm going to be ending the video soon, is we're actually going to head into Route 22 here. And we'll talk about the Pokemon we can grab in this grass. And there's actually a specific Pokemon I want to grab while we're here. And we're going to do that next time. So, for now, thank you very much for being here today. I hope you're having a great one. And we'll see you next time with Tom Plays Pokemon Fire Red version. Until then, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you later. Be healthy. Be healthy. Be healthy. Just like TTTV. Be healthy. Be safe. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.